3rd of October 2023, a new month. Welcome to Somalia's premier #1 station for news and updates, Dalsan TV. Tonight we have quite a full edition prepared for you, but kindly first have a look at some of our top stories. President Mahmoud opens National Consultative Council meeting. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud launches Somalia's first National Agricultural Investment Conference. NISA arrests 5 suspected terrorists in Mogadishu, seizes weapons and explosives. CEO of Turkey's drone maker Baker holds talks with Somalia's president. Minneapolis police swear in first green card holder and Somali-American woman officer. Turkish vessels set for hydrocarbon exploration in Somalia. Now let's delve into a full bulletin. Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud has officially inaugurated the National Consultative Council meeting on Wednesday in Mogadishu, aiming to address pressing political and security issues impacting the country. The two-day event has drawn attendance of leaders from the 4 key regional states, Jubaland, Hirshabelle, Southwest, Galmudug, alongside Mogadishu's mayor. Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Barre and his deputy were also in attendance. Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud officially inaugurated the National Consultative Council meeting on Wednesday in Mogadishu, aiming to address pressing political and security issues impacting the country. The two-day event has drawn attendance of leaders from 4 key regional states, Jubaland, Hirshabelle, Southwest and Galmudug, alongside Mogadishu's mayor, Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Barre and his deputy. This high-level gathering comes at a critical juncture for Somalia, as the government continues its battle against the militant group Al-Shabaab and seeks to stabilize the country through political reforms. According to the federal government, the primary focus of the meeting will revolve around national security concerns, particularly accelerating efforts to eradicate Al-Shabaab, advancing the democratization process, and ensuring the implementation of previous National Consultative Council agreements. During the opening session, President Mahmoud underscored the urgency of intensifying the military campaign against Al-Shabaab, locally referred to as Khawarij. The militant group has been a significant threat to Somalia's stability for over a decade, controlling parts of the central and southern Somalia, while staging frequent attacks in Mogadishu and other key cities. The federal government has vowed to defeat the militant group with substantial international backing, including support from the Africa Union Transition Mission in Somalia and bilateral partners like Turkey and the United States. The President's administration has set ambitious goals to reform electoral system and introduce direct elections as opposed to indirect clan-based system that has dominated Somali politics for years. By doing so, the government hopes to lay a foundation for lasting peace and functional governance. Ministerial and diplomatic representatives at the National Consultative Council are expected to discuss mechanisms to ensure the completion of these political reforms, including the preparation for national elections, which remain a crucial component of the national building agenda. Puntland, a semi-autonomous region, has increasingly distanced itself from the central government, citing issues over resource sharing, political representation and federalism. Previous agreements brokered through the National Consultative Council have laid the groundwork for military operations against Al-Shabaab, implementing electoral frameworks and broader state-building efforts. However, implementation has often lagged due to political friction and limited resources. Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud has officially inaugurated the first National Agricultural Investment Conference in Mogadishu, aiming to enhance domestic revenue and generate jobs through agriculture. In his opening remarks, President Mahmoud emphasized Somalia's vast agricultural potential, highlighting the country's fertile land and rich in natural resources. Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud has officially inaugurated the first National Agricultural Investment Conference in Mogadishu, aiming to enhance domestic revenue and generate jobs through agriculture. In his opening remarks, President Mahmoud emphasized Somalia's vast agricultural potential, highlighting the country's fertile land and rich natural resources. Organized by the Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation, the conference attracted a diverse group of stakeholders, including agriculture ministers from Somalia's federal member states, agricultural investors, international experts, and ambassadors from several countries within the embassy in Mogadishu. Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation, Mohammed Abdi Hayr Marey, outlined his ministry's vision of achieving food self-sufficiency and positioning Somalia as an exporter of agricultural products. For the event, several ambassadors and key stakeholders praised Somalia's strides in boosting agricultural productivity, describing the conference as a vital opportunity to tackle challenges and unlock the country's full agricultural potential. This event marks a significant step in Somalia's efforts to revitalize its agriculture sector, create jobs, and reduce dependence on food imports by promoting investment in its fertile lands. Somalia's National Intelligence Security Agency has successfully apprehended a 5-member terror network suspected of planning attacks in Mogadishu, significantly bolstering the city's security measures. In a detailed statement, NISA confirmed the arrests were carried out individually following a prolonged and meticulous surveillance operation aimed at monitoring the suspect activities and intentions. Here's a full story. The National Intelligence and Security Agency has successfully apprehended a 5-member terror network suspected of planning attacks in Mogadishu, significantly bolstering the city's security measures. In a detailed statement, NISA confirmed that the arrests were carried out individually, following a prolonged and meticulous surveillance operation aimed at monitoring the suspect's activities and intentions. The operation led to the seizure of an array of weapons, an explosive that arrested individuals reportedly intended to use their planned attacks. The operation led to the seizure of an array of weapons, an explosive that the arrested individuals reportedly intended to use in their planned attacks against civilians in the capital. NISA did not disclose a specific type of weapons or explosive recovered during the operation, but the agency emphasized that the confiscated items pose a considerable threat to the public safety. Authorities have urged the public to remain alert and report any suspicious activities as part of their collaborative effort to enhance community safety. The arrest and seizure of dangerous materials represent a critical step in the fight against terrorism in Somalia, where various militant groups, including Al-Shabaab, continue to pose security challenges to stability. NISA is expected to continue its investigations into the terror network to uncover additional details about their operations, potential accomplices, and broader implications of their activities in the region. The agency has reiterated its commitment to safeguarding the Somali population and ensuring that efforts to combat terrorism are intensified. Haluk Bektar, CEO of Turkey's Baker Technologies, met with Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud in Mogadishu on Saturday, following the recent signing of new defense agreement between Turkey and Somalia. Haluk Bektar, CEO of Turkey's Baker Technologies, met with Somalia President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud in Mogadishu on Saturday, following the recent signing of a new defense agreement between Turkey and Somalia. While the specifics of the discussions remain undisclosed, the meeting coincides with Ankara's increased use of Bayraktar TB2 drones to support Somali military operations against Al-Shabaab. In a post on X, Bayraktar highlighted the expanding cooperation between Mogadishu and Ankara in defense, security, and infrastructure development. He noted that the relationship has reached new heights with the recent defense and economic cooperation agreement, stating Turkey will protect Somalia's territorial waters for 10 years and contribute to the development of sea and energy resources. Leslie Vera had dreamed of becoming a police officer for as long as she could remember. Born in Mexico and raised in Minneapolis after moving to the United States at the age of 4, the 27-year-old followed the traditional path towards law enforcement. She worked as a civilian community service officer while pursuing her law enforcement degree. However, one major obstacle stood in her way. Vera is a legal permanent resident but not a United States citizen. Still managed to become a police officer. Here is a full story. Our reporter Abdirazak reports.
Among the 23 new officers sworn in was Ikram Mohammed, 23, who made history as the first Somali-American woman to join the department. Mohammed, originally from Kenya, moved to the US at the age of 10, grew up in Fabrybolt, and worked as a correctional officer in Owatonna before joining the MPD. Reflecting on the 16-week academy training, Mohammed acknowledged its challenges but encouraged other young women to follow in her footsteps. She echoed the difficulty of the journey, not only enduring the rigorous physical training but also ensuring her immigration paperwork was in order. The ceremony marked a significant milestone for both women, paving the way for future generations.
Lovely viewers, that's all we have prepared for you tonight from our desk here in Mogadishu. We wish to thank the Dalsan Media fraternity for making this news edition a success, and you, our lovely viewer, wherever you're watching us from, have yourself a lovely night and be blessed.